Hello, Nick. This is Michael. Well, I appreciate you so much and thank you for the love and support. I'm fine, I'm good, and I believe better is not good enough. The best is yet to come. Thank you so much for the love and stay blessed and happy weekend. Cheers.
Michael, I'm happy that all is well with you. However, you didn't answer my question. I was very curious what it was like living with the dirty bird, her daughter, and all these grandbabies, but it's okay. I'll leave it to my imagination. Now that's enough about our main man, Michael. Let's talk about Mahmoud, because at the start of episode 6 of Happily Ever After season 8, he has to exit the apartment for a smoke break because man's really stressed right now. And we can all understand why Mahmoud's so stressed out. They could use dating Nicole to torture prisoners of war. In the last episode, after fighting all day with this woman because she falsely accused him of being a womanizer and checking out other women that he wasn't, she tries to guilt trip him to go to dinner with her friends. And I've seen a lot of fans compare that to when they were in Egypt and Mahmoud wanted her to go meet with his uncle and his family. It's not the same thing, because that was actually a business opportunity. His uncle owned fabric stores in Egypt, and Nicole talked about how she wanted to make clothes before later going back on that because she quits everything she attempts to start. Not to mention, Nicole instigated every single argument between her and Mahmoud on The Other Way season 4. Fast forward to this present season of Happily Ever After. Who's the one that's instigating all these arguments? It's Nicole.
I'm gonna put this here. Hey, Mahmoud.
Hi.
My friends are here, so if you want to come out and meet them, you should.
Oh, what a twister that was to watch. In my last video, I talked about how disrespectful that is to ambush your husband with your friends like this, bring them over to the house. The house should be a place of privacy and peace. He should have at least received some kind of text message to alert him that they were coming before she brought the friends. Then when Nicole's friends took it upon themselves to ask Mahmoud why he didn't join them for dinner, he responded that he was very tired, and rightfully so, because it's true. He is very tired. Not only is he sleep deprived, but he hasn't had a proper meal in 48 hours.
Why didn't you come?
I'm sorry, I just thought I did why.
You look tired. You look
Yeah.
exhausted, actually.
You're a liar. Mahmoud, tell the truth. Yeah, tell the truth.
Y'all, I could not believe that she put him on the spot like this and tried to embarrass him in front of her friends. He's trying to actually save her the embarrassment. Because there's an old saying, you don't wash your dirty laundry on the street. What can I say about Nicole? She's got that medieval page haircut and she acts like a narcissist. She keeps going for this narrative of, Mahmoud, since you moved to America, you have to accept my American culture. There's Muslims that live in America. I think that a lot of people are missing that point. Before we continue reviewing this Dogwater TV show, I'd like to tell you about today's video sponsor, Golden Nugget Online Casino. Golden Nugget Online Casino has all your casino favorites right on your phone, so you don't need to leave the comfort of your home in order to have that Las Vegas experience. We're talking over 300 real money games, including slots, blackjack, roulette, and live dealer. Golden Nugget Online Casino is safe, secure, and reliable. My favorite game to play on here is Fortune Coin. Let's play together. Monkey, monkey, monkey. One lady next to me said that and she hit big. So let's see. Monkey, monkey. Oh, the cues. Wait, we got a big hit, you guys. Oh, 200 smackaroos won and I didn't even need to leave the house. Let me know in the comments what your favorite game to play is. Are you more of a slots person? Are you more of a blackjack person? I've been using the Golden Nugget Online Casino app for the past couple weeks and it's been a really enjoyable experience for me. And good news, everyone. Golden Nugget Online Casino has an awesome deal going on right now, which is all new customers that sign up using promo code Yourwetsock and deposit $5 will get $50 in casino credits. And it's not just Nicole saying ignorant things. I was surprised in this episode to see Kobe and his friends saying a lot of ignorant things, speaking in generalizations, talking about how this is how white people dance. It has nothing to do with race. If anything, dancing is something that brings us all together, regardless of what race you are, body type. There's so many people that can dance. You either got the rhythm or you don't. It has nothing to do with that. There's a lot of white dudes that would dance circles around you.
You know, I was his best friend, so when he got you, I wasn't happy with him telling me that he's having a white girl.
Oh, yeah, me, yeah.
That they met in China and that you are putting down for him.
Wouldn't be the first cast members to say ignorant things on this TV show. They certainly won't be the last. For Kobe, you're placing too much of an importance on your friends' opinions, especially because your friends are sure moving like snakes. It seems like some of them are jealous of you and are doing the most to get you and Emily to break up so that you can stay in Cameroon and be around them. If anything, it's very selfish because you already have children with Emily. When you were financially down bad, her and her family opened the door for you. And were there things for Emily to work on because she's a little brat that has had her family bail her out of every irresponsible decision that she's made? Yes, I agree with that. However, from the way that she's matured and grown, and we can see the change on this present season, there is no reason why you shouldn't stand up for her when your friends are calling her bossy and trying to shame her for not preparing them a meal when y'all arrived at Cameroon. She invited them out to drinks. It's not expected for her to prepare them a meal, especially because y'all are staying in a hotel.
But I'm happy. Like, I wanted to bring you all out to show you how fun I can be.
But you know something? Mostly when a wife and a husband want to invite us, they invite us in the house. They'll come and get a dinner, come and eat.
But I don't have a house
I'm
here.
surprised that you people bring us in the nightclub.
The way that Kobe's friends have treated Emily so far comes across very prejudiced, and I would love to know your comments below and your thoughts on the matter. She wants to be liked by his friends. She wants to be liked by his family. She wants to be accepted. And it's sad because it seems like she's doing the right things and is trying to be accepted. You know what makes you less of a man, buddy? Allowing some crumb to disrespect your wife in front of your face. And the loyalty for the friends is incredibly misplaced because after that handball game, your so-called friend told Emily that you were dating a woman in Cameroon when you met her in China.
He had a girlfriend here in Cameroon. And I asked him, what are you going to do with the girlfriend that you left over?
So wait, the girlfriend here still thought they were dating
Yeah.
while he was in China.
Yeah.
Socks, let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. I don't have a friend that would do something like that. When your friend has already progressed in his life, he has 2 children with this woman, he's living with her in the United States. He's visiting Cameroon temporarily, and then he's gonna go back to living with them in America. So right away as a friend, I would never want to stir up a bunch of chaos for something that happened in the past because this man's already got a lot on his plate.
What we expect from African women, from women in particular, you prepare food, you welcome us to come in.
I found your friend's entitlement to be repulsive. What makes them feel like they deserve a home-cooked meal by Emily after the way that they've treated her, after the loaded things that they've said to her? And I'm not telling you to go full-blown Angela on the friends. However, you need to speak up and say something and set those boundaries with them and let him know that the way he's speaking to your woman is unacceptable.
I just was told you can't make it work together.
Mahmoud, why don't you sit down? I prepared you a meal, spray cheese and Fruit Loops. Just jokes, but Mahmoud's first meals in the United States were frozen pizza and donuts. At first, I was confused why she's serving him this food with no nutritional value. And then it all made sense in episode 6 when her friend was standing in the way of the door and preventing Mahmoud from leaving. You have to remember, Mahmoud is 110 pounds, he's 5'5". He's looking up at this Julian guy like he's the biggest guy he's ever seen. So what does he do? He leaves his suitcases because Nicole quickly grabs the suitcases. She won't let him leave. This is false imprisonment. This is a serious violation of someone's human rights.
Mahmoud?
Mahmoud? It's Mahmoud. And if you're gonna go on a scavenger hunt, at least get his name right.
It sounds pretty rough, but I've been there, you know? Girls, they say just awful things to hurt you.
It's okay.
You know?
Okay, Julian, I'm gonna stop you right there. Right away, you just met this dude, so to him, you're a stranger, and I get that you're trying to comfort him. You have never been in the same position that he's in.
I mean, we do too. We say bad things too, right?
It's comedy to watch Julian go for this boys versus girls route. It's not the case. Nicole is in her own category of weirdo op, the likes of which we've never seen before on these TV shows.
But I think just try to be patient.
Be patient, that's your advice, Julian? What has he been so far? She's like the Amber Heard of the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. Mahmoud continues to be very patient and polite as he explains to Julian that he's only been in America for 2 days and it's unacceptable for her to treat him like this in front of her friends. Mahmoud goes on to explain to the audience that he hasn't been here for months or years. She's the only person that he has in the United States and she keeps trying to embarrass him. Mahmoud also talks about how he was shocked to find out that she had alcohol in the freezer and didn't tell him about that in advance and waited till the friends were there asking for drinks to pour them drinks. And when he saw that, it's interesting because his body language, you can tell that he was really upset, but he didn't want to show that. He grabbed his prayer mat and he was walking. They were asking him if it's okay if they drink. And he was like, yeah, it's okay. I don't care what you do. So he doesn't want to put her on blast in front of her friends, which I thought was very respectable. And I'm sure y'all think the same. But it's sad to see him clinging to his prayer mat because when this happened, it's like that's the only piece of Egypt that this man has. He is in foreign territory with a woman that he can't wrap his brain around why she's doing this to him. Like I said in the past video, he doesn't have relationship experience. She's his first girlfriend, fiance, wife, and she presented herself a lot differently at the beginning of this relationship because she went there on a spiritual journey to find herself, was very impulsive, made him a lot of promises that she went back on. So he's trying to navigate this relationship and get them back to where they were at square one.
The problem we have at morning because about the clothes. We talked.
This morning?
Yeah. Her back was open from back. So I told her, I'm not going to go out like that with you.
As we all are aware, Mahmoud wouldn't be so strict when it comes to the dress code if Nicole didn't convert to Islam, and he was very upfront with her about what the expectations are of a Muslim woman from the get-go. So fast forward, the fight about the dress before she went to meet her friends for dinner was the straw that broke the camel's back because there's no way someone can just sit with another person disrespecting them on repeat and not have a moment where they say enough's enough.
You came to America, right? What did you expect?
We talked before I come, and she said, you have to be anti-middle because American is different. And I said, I'm going to try.
Okay, so Mahmoud gave her a verbal commitment to try to meet Nicole in the middle when he arrived in America. The problem is that she expects him to completely change his perspective in only 2 days. Not only does she expect that, but she tries to paint him as the villain when she doesn't get the reaction that she wants to get from him, which is incredibly manipulative.
And you said you would meet halfway, right?
Yeah, but this is not what
Okay.
we talk about.
But I have to say, halfway would be able to expose just a tiny bit of her back. She's more conservative than most women in LA.
Julian goes on to say, well, Mahmoud, if you see how the other females dressed here, you'd see that Nicole dresses really conservatively. Listen, moron, okay? It's not about what other people are doing. She made him a promise. She went back on her oath. And as Mahmoud reminds you, because you don't know what's going on, you're a stranger, you just met him, you only know Nicole's side of the story, he explains that she's known how he is from the start of the relationship. And she keeps trying to change him. He doesn't need to change. He's been the same since day one. If anything, she's the one that changed up.
The more you go around and see how ridiculous some females dress here, you will see that she's actually does respect you.
What a reach that is to insinuate that Nicole has a shred of respect for Mahmoud. We know that's not true, Julian. Nice try, though. Then Mahmoud has to politely once again explain to you that he doesn't care what other people do. He cares about what his wife does. Julian goes on to say that he thinks that they love each other, but the differences are too much. I'll tell you what, Julian. It worked out for Avery and Omar. You know why? Because from the get-go, she had true intentions. Nicole didn't have true intentions in this relationship.
The problem is, like, she don't accept who I am. This is the
I
problem.
think she does.
No.
Well,
today
yeah.
I find is not.
Hey, Mahmoud, that's right. Stand up for yourself. Don't let Nicole or her dumb friends gaslight you, buddy. Mahmoud goes on to say something that absolutely hits the nail on the head. He says that he's trying to meet her in the middle, but she's trying to ask for more than she asked before, meaning the start of the relationship. He goes on to say even if they both make sacrifices and changes for the relationship, at the end of the day, she has to accept him for who he is. Mahmoud goes on to say to Julian that if she can't accept me as a Muslim man, then she can find an American to deal with her. And that's funny that he should say that because I can tell after watching this op move, no American men want to deal with her, and that's why she's going to be single forever. Nicole's a 41-year-old woman that doesn't have a nurturing bone in her body. She can't cook. She's financially not in a great place. Her house looks like Buffalo Bills with all the mannequins and clothes everywhere. And now that we've all seen how Nicole treats her husband, I'm sure that her prospects in America aren't looking so hot. Mahmoud goes on to say to the audience that after experiencing the way that she's treated him since he touched down, He's not sure if they're going to be together or not. Julian goes on to tell Mahmoud that it's better to work out your issues in your relationship than it is to divorce. Divorce isn't good in your religion either, is it? Right away, Julian, hold this right here. You're trying to weaponize this man's religion against him, so it's better to stick it out and continuously be tortured and abused by Nicole than get a divorce and go back to your loving family and start your life over. Absolutely not. He shouldn't have to stay with this woman.
2 hours ago, Mahmoud was saying that he wanted a divorce over a dress, and then in front of my friends, he lied about that.
Oh wow, Nicole, another lie. You keep trying to rewrite history. We've seen what happened on this TV show. Also, if we're going to be technical about it, Nicole, he wasn't lying. He was telling the truth because he was tired and y'all woke him up. So Nicole then says to the audience that she wants to work things out with Mahmoud, and she's speaking very slowly in a calm tone to once again try and place herself in the victim position and try to paint Mahmoud out as this oppressive, controlling Muslim man.
I think they're both clashing at the moment.
Get out of my house. Go.
Meow, Nicole. So much for working things out with Mahmoud, telling him to leave the house, but I'm not surprised because in episode 3, you told him that you were going to send him back to Egypt. Nicole goes on to say to Mahmoud, get the fuck out if you want to be a traitor. In what way, shape, or form is this man a traitor? Oh, he's a traitor because he doesn't want to be your punching bag on this TV show anymore and is packing his suitcase to leave? Nicole's saying, Mahmoud, just go, get out of here. And he's telling her to shut up because he's packing his bag and preparing to leave. He hasn't cussed at her, he hasn't called her names, but she's so comfortable calling him names, cussing at him, and if anything, he's holding himself well. Nicole says to the audience in the testimonials, and let's not forget, they do the testimonials after everything is filmed. So after the season's over,
Starts looking at the suitcase. I think that was the moment I lost my mind.
right away, that's your responsibility. He's looking at the suitcase because he doesn't feel safe in this apartment with you because you haven't made him feel safe. You haven't made him feel secure. So why would he stay? As Mahmoud's gathering his belongings, he says to Nicole, you said I have to go out, so I'm going out. And then Nicole says, shut up, stop. She's trying to go back on what she already told this man, to go back to Egypt, get out of her house. And he says to her straight up, don't try to change the story now because you already told me to leave, so I'm leaving. Nicole then says, of course I said that, but do I mean it? No, stop. She's speaking to him in a very commanding tone. Right away snaps for Mahmoud, not threatening this woman with divorce, instead gathering his belongings and straight up leaving her.
All right, what do you want me to do?
Look at this.
No. Where are you gonna go?
Serious now. Very serious. So
Dude.
no way.
Put this away. Where are you
I'm
gonna
not
go?
going to stay 1 second here.
Please don't do this.
Woo! They're lucky we're not there, Socks, because the minute a man puts his arm on you, it's the green light to knock him out. You're lucky that I'm not there, Julian, because I would defend Mahmoud and I would put your ass on the ground, dude. You don't prevent this man from leaving. After witnessing the way that she talks to him and treats him, are you out of your mind?
Look, this is too much.
No, it's not too much.
Dude,
Shut up, Mahmoud.
stop.
Shut up. Please let me go.
Please stop.
Mahmoud is communicating to him, I'm so sorry, I've had enough, I want to leave. He keeps saying that he wants to exit this apartment and they're not allowing him to. Then, when he's trying to focus on this conversation with Julian, Nicole sneakily comes over, grabs the suitcase and puts it once again in the closet or in another room to hide it from Mahmoud. That's not allowed. You can't do that. This is when you call 911, but here's the problem. Now, it makes me rethink the loaded allegations that Nicole made against Mahmoud because they were dropped due to lack of evidence. And guess what? Now, after watching the way she operates, who's to say he didn't try to leave on another occasion and he screamed and yelled at her? She called the cops come and book him and take him away to jail. It's as easy as that. Mahmoud's not violent, he's not confrontational, he is trying to leave and they are not allowing him to leave. The only time that Julian finally allows him to leave is when Nicole has secured his suitcase so he can't get on a flight and go back to Cairo, Egypt to be with his family. The next thing that happens really confuses me because Julian stops blocking the door and allows Mahmoud to go on a walk and clear his head, yet Julian chases after him. And I'm unsure why, because I thought the whole point in grabbing his suitcase was so that he couldn't leave. Why can't you allow this man to have a moment's peace? I feel so bad that this is your first relationship and this is your first experience in our country, because there's so many beautiful things about our country. There's a lot of bad things, there's a lot of good things with every country. And that's the problem I see with this show, is that recently I made a video on our trip to South Africa and I tried to edit it in a way to where y'all can feel like you were there with us. And in that video, I show the beautiful side of South Africa. A lot of that is because we saw from Wayne and Holly's segment on the show, they didn't show anything. They just showed all the bad parts of South Africa. So I think the show is notorious for showing all the worst sides of a place. Usually it's the foreign countries. If you have time, if you could check out our first ever Yourwetsock Safari video, I would really appreciate it. If you got some spare coin, check out our Yourwetsock channel membership program. We got exclusive content, ad-free, and custom emojis. 10 out of 10, totally worth.